Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitbadger.com, out here for another gear review, and today, talking pistol lights, this guy right here, which is the Surefire XR1. Broad strokes, what is it? It is a compact, rechargeable pistol light. So I say compact, this right here is the Walther PDP Pro SD, not a very compact pistol, but if you think Glock 19 size, basically this is more or less flush, the light is rather, with like a Glock 19. So smaller form factor than something like a X300. And width-wise, about the width of a pistol. I'll get into the switching and the recharging and output and all that stuff, I guess. But yeah, pretty cool little light. As I mentioned, the XR1 being rechargeable. This right here is your battery pack, provided obviously with the light. And right here, the light body is mounted on the pistol. To remove the battery pack, there's this lever. You basically press that up, and then this battery will come out. And on the back of the battery, we look, there's your terminals. It basically marries up with that. And there's this button right here. 3 LEDs right there. If you press the button, 2 of the 3 lit up. Gives you kind of a rough estimation as far as how much power's left. And to install the battery, pretty much just line it up, push it, clicks in, secure there. And right here you can see on the right side of the light, basically this right here, which is the threaded piece for this cross bolt. So it basically clamps onto your rail, and you have different as far as if it goes on a pick or like a Glock. And then we get to the switch back here, which is a little bit different than your X300 switch in that kind of rocking up or down or pressing forward. This one, basically the movement is that direction, kind of rocks like that. So you press there to activate, and if you just press and hold, it's going to be momentary. If you just press it and click it, it's going to be constant on. And the battery, of course, comes with a charger, and you basically throw that thing on a charger. I will say, memory serves, the charger, it'll hold 2 of these batteries side by side. No one comes with 1 battery. And it's, I want to say a USB micro, USB mini. It's not a USB-C, if memory serves. Hopefully, a future generation will have a USB-C, so you don't have like a tangle of all kinds of cords on your counter. But it being rechargeable is actually really nice in that, well, one, batteries are expensive, especially if you're not getting them issued to you for free. And with the everyday carry light, being able to, one, probably not using it every day other than to check, be like, hey, all right, cool, light's working. But to be able to actually pull that off and see where it's at. Other than that, you're largely removing batteries, using a battery tester, or just some sort of, hey, I switch out my 123 battery every 3 months, whether I use it or not. Kind of wasteful. And this, again, there's only those 3 LEDs, but it gives you a pretty good indicator of where you are. Like, hey, do I need to charge this down to 1 LED? Probably charge it. Otherwise, probably good. And yeah, I don't know. I've been pretty pleased. I'll go over, I guess, some of the specs with this light. The light itself weighs 2.2 ounces and puts out 800 lumens, pretty sure, and 15,000 candela with a runtime fully charged of 30 minutes. It's actually pretty impressive. I ended up going out and putting this side by side with I think it was a TLR7 Alpha, kind of roughly same form factor. And yeah, here's what I got doing that. Right here is the Streamlight TLR7. And right here is the Surefire XC1. Here we are at 25 yards. This right here is the Streamlight TLR7. And here's the Surefire XC1. Now back at 50 yards, right here is the TLR7. And this right here is the Surefire XR1. And then my buddy who is standing on the other end of those lights, which were just on frames, and here's his take on it.
So the TLR7A, no surprise, is a bit underwhelming outside of the first 10 yards that we shot this at. And the Surefire it felt like about twice as powerful from my perspective. Also, the Surefire's color of the light was a little bit more blinding to deal with. The TLR7, I could almost see the frame that it was mounted to. I knew exactly where that light was coming from, whereas the Surefire was a little bit more disorienting.
Overall, I am actually pretty impressed with the output of this light. I will say, like, yes, TLR7 Alpha, it wasn't their like higher output one, sample size of 1. That's what I had on hand. But like I said, actually really impressed with the output of this light. So who do I think this light would be good for? Well, someone looking for a pretty high output, fairly compact, everyday carry light. A bunch of great things going. One being that rechargeable battery. In fact, it comes with a charger. Take that thing off. You can see on the battery what the charge level is, which is really nice, because if you need the light on your carry pistol, you really need the light on your carry pistol. So unless you have some sort of routine already set up where, hey, I check the batteries every X, or I just replace the batteries every X, this is really nice. One, you're not replacing batteries, and two, just really quick visual on how much power I have on here. Am I good to go about my day, or do I want to throw this on charger for a little bit? I really like that. Output, awesome. And being Surefire, made here in the States, IPX, whatever, waterproofing, hard coat, anodized, aircraft grade aluminum, all the good stuff you get with Surefire. It also comes with the price you get from Surefire. So I want to say this unit with the charger and everything like that, I think it's around $400. Is that expensive? I don't know. Depends on use case, depends on if you're carrying a light because someone said you should carry a light and then you never check the battery and it's dead, or if you're disciplined and like, hey, this actually having a rechargeable battery that I can constantly make sure is charged as part of my daily routine, like, I don't know, that stuff becomes pretty valuable, especially if your other light you have to remove to check batteries or replace batteries, things like that. Overall, been really pleased with it. Something worth mentioning, holster compatibility. This does not share a footprint of other lights, other than I think the XR2, basically the same body, everything like that, except has a red laser, which is pretty cool. But this doesn't share a footprint with pretty much any other light. So that being said, if you walk into like Cabela's or something like that, you're probably not going to find a holster on the rack that is going to fit this and whatever host pistol you have it on. Conversely, you will absolutely find from reputable holster manufacturers whatever combo you want. So by way of example, QVO Tactical, quick violent over, I said, hey, here's the pistol, here's the light. They're like, cool, no problem, done. And the way this is actually set up, I can pretty much run whatever different PDP on here. This happens to be the PDP Pro SD, longer threaded barrel. The way it's cut doesn't matter. Retains it on the light, does a good job with retention. So just something to be aware of if you are looking at picking one of these up. But yeah, like I said, does a great job for me as designed, compact, everyday carry light that is rechargeable. But there'll be links down below if you want to check any of this out. And as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.